Hi, and welcome back to Poltergeist Board Games. Today we're going to be doing a little playthrough and review of IWO JIMA 1945 by Worthington Publishing. So I'm going to show you some rounds and talk about the game a little, and then I will give you a short little review and tell you what my thoughts are on the game. All right, but first, a word from our sponsor, from Three Arrows Games. Thank you so much for your support. You can go to Three Arrows Games in Carson City, Nevada, where you can get all your gaming needs: cards, dice towers, the newest in board games, trading card games like Star Wars, Lorcana. There's a new game, Gundam, that just came out. So go there for all your gaming needs. If they don't have it, they'll order it for you. They're a family-friendly business, have an online presence as well. So you can look online. Three Arrows Games, Carson City, Nevada. Thank you so much for your support. Okay, back to our game. All right, first let's take a little tour around the board here. I actually have to finish setting up the Japanese here, but our American forces are here on the beach. We have different regiments. So I have the 3rd Regiment out here. So the 3rd, the 3-3, the 3-9, and the 321. And then I have part of the 4th Regiment. So I have the 423 here. And then kind of waiting offshore here to land are the 424, 425, the 526 Regiment, 527, and 528 regiments. So once these push forward, then we'll do a movement to move these on. We have the important here, the Mount Suribachi, where the flag was raised. So that, once that's taken, you get, these are cohesion tracks for our regiments. So once that Mount Suribachi is taken, you get a +2 in cohesion movement. This orange area here signifies when your units get exhausted. So when you take, you move, you lose cohesion. You can, in battle, you'll lose cohesion. So once it drops, you have to make an exhausted roll. If your unit is exhausted, it gets put a red marker on it. A red cube gets put on it, and it's marked as exhausted, and you have to pass a roll to be able to do your actions for the turn. We have a deck here for the Japanese, and these cards have text for them and tells when to use the card and tells you what to do. And then we have as well, we have one for the Marines, and that gives us instruction on how to attack, and we get to play all of our cards. You have a hand of 3 that you start with, and you play all of your, you can try to play all of your cards. And then at the end of your turn, you draw back up to 3. We have 7 dice. When we attack, we get to roll 5 dice. When they do a fire attack, they get to roll 3 dice. Unless they're attacking the beach, then they can roll 4 dice. And then they have special bonsai attacks where they get to roll 5 dice. They have over here, they have an infiltration track, or infiltration markers. They get 3 of these, and these, they'll have cards where we have to put an infiltrator in one of these boxes here for the highest priority. So the priorities go by the lowest is the highest priority, the lowest number is the highest priority. So this is highest priority, and then this one, 5, 6. So it goes by priority. So a lot of the cards will say highest priority, attack, things like that. So we each start with 30 cards. So once the Japanese use their 30 cards, then the game ends. They draw one card at a time. We, have a hand of 3. So we draw our hand. So there's our hand of 3. I'll show it in a minute. I'm gonna pause and set up the Japanese real quick, and I'll be back. Okay, Japanese are all set up now. We have over here the charts or the tables of how, so when the Japanese do a fire attack, what each die means. When they do a bonsai attack, what each one means, and then when we do an attack, what ours does. But I will probably be showing with this, because this is bigger. So I'll show with that. Okay, so the first thing that happens is they get to do, we have our landing phase, and they get to roll 3 dice on every, they get to attack each unit as they're landing. Okay, so each unit will get to attack an adjacent unit here. And so they roll 3 dice, and the 1 does not count. So this will be considered like a fire attack. So, all right. First one we get is a 3, which a 3 you re-roll immediately. All right, so the first one's a 2, which can cancel out a 6, another 2, and a 1. So 1s are no effect, and 2s cancel a 6 rolled. So nothing happened on the first attack here. Then these people will attack here, and they get a 2, 4. That was a 2, 2, 4, and a 1. Okay, so 4, they have to reduce their cohesion. So the cohesion in the 3, 9 gets reduced to an 11. Okay, and then the next group here. So we went here, here. So this group here will go after the 321 group. They get a 5, reduced cohesion by 1, and a 2. Okay, so we have to reduce the cohesion by 2 there. And then the last group to attack is gonna attack the 423. They get a 1, a 3, and a 5. And re-roll the 3, and a 6. So 6, remove 1 marker. So we remove one of our markers here. And then a 5, we reduce the cohesion by 1. So that's the turn, the first turn, the landing phase. Now we start the actual real turn, and we have 3 cards here. So flamethrower, you get to alter the dice. If it comes up as a 4, you get to change it to any result. So you can make it a 5 or a 6. So that would be, a 5 or a 6 would be a kill. For us fighting CBs, you get to add 3 cohesion to raise their cohesion. You can do it to 3 different units, like 1 at a time, or you can do 1 unit. You can play these cards kind of anytime you want. So I will first, I'm going to attack. So I'm going to go after these guys here with our first group, and I roll 5 dice. And I got a 4-4, which is good. So I can change these 2 to 6s because of the flamethrower. So I get rid of those cards and change those 2 to 6s, which a double 6 on here. Double 6s remove 1 Japanese marker. So we remove 1. And then the 1s, I have to remove 1 of mine. I got double 1s. So we traded 1 for 1. Okay, so that was that group. Oh, and when they attack, their cohesion goes down by 1. So he attacked, his cohesion goes down. Okay, so we finished the attack here, and that is going to be the end of our turn. So now it goes to the Japanese, because you get 1, what you can do is on your turn, you can place a new wave, which would be to place units into one of these landing boxes here. You can regroup, which is add 3 to a cohesion of one of your units. You can rotate regiments, which means switching them around if they're adjacent. But you have to, one of the units has to lose 1 cohesion in doing so. It's good for when you have low cohesion at one of your attacking units. You can switch it with a fresh unit. You can move to a different area, and then you can attack. That's the one you're going to use the most, obviously. So after you do 1, then you're going to go to the Japanese turn. They draw 1 card. Okay, troop movement. Move 1 Japanese marker from the lowest priority Japanese controlled position to the highest priority position with less than 3 markers. Ignore if none are available, and then you conduct a fire attack with priority. Okay, so the lowest priority is this one here. The highest priority that lost a unit is up here. So we're going to move that up here. And then we're going to conduct a fire attack on, this is the highest priority here. But this group can't attack here. They can only attack here. So this group's the only group that's able to attack right now. So they will do a fire attack. They roll 3 dice. And they get a 1, 2, and a 6. So a 1 is no effect. A 2 cancels a 6. So that 2 canceled the 6. So they do nothing on their turn. All right, then we go to our turn. We draw back up to 3. We got a heroism and medic, so when we lose a unit in battle, when the Japanese are attacking, we can use this to cancel that. And then we have a dug in, which means we can place a bunker in one of our, once we get on the island, we can place a bunker. The bunkers are these brown. So the bunkers go on the right side and the infiltrators go on the left side. And the infiltrators are yellow. Okay, so let's see here. We use our Fighting Seabees card to raise the 3-9 group up 2, and we'll raise the 321 up 1. Their cohesion. Okay, so now our turn. All right, we'll take the 3-9 group and attack into here. We roll 5 dice. And we move 1 down cohesion for attacking. We got 2 5s, which is a kill. Double 5s, remove 1 Japanese marker. And then we have 2 3s, which we re-roll again. And we have another 5, which we can hopefully get another 5 to match. Yes, so we got another 5 to match. So that's another marker removed. Okay, so that is the end of that turn. Japanese turn. Troop movement. So they're going to do the same thing. They're going to move a unit from the last priority up to highest priority. And then they're going to conduct a fire attack, going after this group again. So they roll 3 dice. And they get all 3s, which are re-roll. And they got 2 4s, which reduce cohesion, and a 5, which reduces cohesion. So they took a big hit in cohesion. They lose 3. So 1, 2, 3, they go down. All right, and then it's our turn now. We go back and draw. We get replacements. Add 1 replacement block from eliminated blocks to any 1 reduced Marine Corps regiment. So we are going to actually play that and replace our 3-3 group. Make them whole again. And then we're going to roll 5 dice, and we're going to go after, try to finish these guys off. They keep hanging on. All right, we got 2 6s, which is a kill. I'll kill that guy again. And then we got a 5, 4, which is, they consider 4, which is remove all 4s. They may not be re-rolled. And then a 1, which we can re-roll. So we will try to get, we have a 5 here. They call these a 5 and a 6. They call them keeper dice because you want to keep them to hope to get a double. So, all right, so we have the 3-3. So we move down for 1 attack. We're going to move down again for another attack because we have to re-roll. And we got a 4, which brings that out of service. Okay, so that ends the Americans' turn there. And they are going to, so now the Japanese will go. And they get fire attack, launch fire attack against the highest priority occupied position that is adjacent to a Japanese occupied position. Okay, so same thing. We're gonna conduct an attack into here. Rolling 3 dice. So we got a 1, 2, 4, 6. The 2 cancels the 6, and the 4 reduces cohesion by 1. So they're now exhausted. Well, they have a chance for being exhausted. We have to roll to see. So if we get a 5 or below, then they're not exhausted. And we got a 1, so they're not exhausted. If they are exhausted, we put a red cube on their position. All right, let's attack with them. We're gonna, actually, let's attack with this group since they have more cohesion. So we will, well, first we gotta draw up to our card. All right, so now we got air naval support. This allows us to add 2 dice to the roll. So instead of, I'll play that card, so I get to roll 7 dice now. So we're gonna go the 3-9 group against them and get a 4-5, 5-6. Okay, so there's a kill and there's a kill. So all right, so they're finally gone. And then we can move, we get a free movement in here. So we get to move into there. And then we can do what's called a daisy chain move. But there's nowhere really to go. Well, actually, yeah, we'll move over here. Okay. Because these guys will attack here, and these guys can fill here, and then I can backfill that position over there. All right. So the 3-9 attacked, so their cohesion went down 1. So that's how this game works. You just keep battling and battling and battling, and your goal is to try to occupy all these positions on here. There's 10 of them. The victory conditions are so the end of the game is when the last card is drawn for the Japanese. So that ends the game. Or if the U.S. Marine player controls all island position, that will stop the game as well. Victory points. So Marines get 2 victory points for every controlled island position, and we get 1 victory point for every Japanese card remaining after the island positions are in control. The Japanese, however, they get 2 victory points per marker eliminated, and they get 1 victory point per regiment that's exhausted. And then they get 3 victory points for each Japanese controlled island position. So it's really important because if you have an infiltrator, that counts as a Japanese controlled position. So it's important to get those infiltrators out of there. And this game it's hard to beat. I don't think it's as hard as Tarawa. I think that one was a lot harder, but this one is pretty hard to beat because the victory points that the Japanese get, I believe, are greater than the Americans. So you have to really limit your losses, and complete the objectives by controlling the whole island. But it's a really fun game, and it doesn't take that long to play. Maybe an hour, a little over an hour to play. But I enjoy it, and I'll give this game 4 ghosts on my ghost rating scale. The things I like about it, I like the art I like the art on the box. I like the cards, the canvasy look of the cards. I like the historical pictures on the cards. I think it's really nice. The card setup is really nice. You know, the flavor text, it's got history in here. Tells you at the bottom when to play it. You know, it's these tracks are really cool. I like how the chart is on the board that's for the rolling, so you don't have to refer to the rule book. You know, it's right there for you. What else do I like? I don't know, there's a lot to like. I also like there's not, the stickering wasn't bad. Didn't take long to sticker. There's anything I don't like? I'm trying to think. No, I can't really think of anything I don't like about this game right now. But anyways, let me know in the comments if you played this game, or if you plan to play it, and what your thoughts are. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. See you later.